Hey there, this is Andrew with ADS, here to bring you the very best in marketing and branding tips, as well as business tips for those of you who are entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, and personal branders. Welcome and thanks so much for being here, and you are in for a treat today. I have the Vondre Smith on the line waiting to talk to you, and he's absolutely marvelous, fabulous. He has hit the scene on Clubhouse and takes over every room he's in with his awesome Google ad tips, YouTube ad tips, all that stuff in the Google ads world. And as you guys know, YouTube is owned by Google, so he used to work for Google, and that's where he got all this marvelous knowledge from. So word to the wise, you're gonna have to get a pen and paper ready. Notes, however you take notes. Vondre is a fast talker, so you're gonna have to get this down quickly, pay attention, pause, start, whatever you need to do. But these are golden tips. Let's go. All right, welcome. So I have Vondre Smith with me. He is in Detroit, correct?
Yep, we're in Detroit, the Dirty D.
Wonderful. Is that where you're from?
Yeah, I'm originally from Detroit, but my family's from the Bahamas, actually.
How nice. Okay, so I am dying to know how things are going there with COVID, because I know a couple other people, like I have some friends of family who are in Anguilla, so they're on their own very small island, and they don't even have to social distance there because it's so small.
Wow. So over in Nassau, they're in Nassau, Bahamas, actually. So they are social distancing over there, but it's an island that pretty much depends on tourists. So they're going through it over there. They're really going through it. But my family's they're having fun. They're connecting with people. It's just they're just going through it because of the tourism attractions.
Totally get that. Well, let me tell you guys how I met Vondre. Met him in Clubhouse. He's a firecracker of a speaker. When he gets on stage, everyone listens, and he is absolutely, an expert, I would say, in that space of Google ads. He used to work for Google. Yeah. From what I understand. So he definitely has learned probably more than he wants to know about Google ads at this point.
I can definitely say that. I'm attest to that. Being where I've been with Google Ads, I probably learned more than I probably should. So yeah, I definitely love the tool. I definitely love to use it, and I definitely love to help people with it.
Very cool. Well, today is going to be fairly easy for you, I think. But what I'd like to do is speak to those people they might be newer entrepreneurs. Maybe they were in the workforce before, like all of us were at some point, but they're taking a stab in that world of entrepreneurship. And they know they got to do Google ads, Facebook ads, Instagram, all that good stuff. But
how to do it.
Exactly. But it just might be Greek to them a bit. What I'd like to do today is just give them enough to, set them up for success, give them a good framework for how to think about this.
Awesome.
And how to go about it in a way that makes sense. Because we know a lot of newbie entrepreneurs or personal branders even, they just are in a weird place, with this understanding of Google ads, and, it just feels funny to them. So I kind of want to demystify this for them and let them know, here's what you need to get started. Here's what you need to have in place. Before you start diving down that rabbit hole of trying to do Google ads yourself before they hire someone like you to do it. So
awesome. So just to get right in, if you're a local business, one of the first things that I would definitely recommend you having is a Google My Business account first. What a Google My Business account is going to do is just make you available to be searched on Google for your services. So if you're a maid, if you do hair, if you're a marketer, whatever you do, basically, if it's a local service and you want to have people come to you from your local area, then you want to set something up like a Google My Business account. It gives you the ability to get reviews. You can show off your pictures. You can also do posts on there. It's just a great organic way for you to get yourself out there. But you want to link that to your AdWords account, your Google Ads account, so that you can get a double map listing and show up inside of your area twice when people are looking for you.
Great first tip. Awesome. Out the gate, already shining. Love it. By the way, I forgot to ask about, I was checking out your site and everything, and noticed one of your teammates, your dog. Is it your dog that's Zeus?
Yeah, so that's my dog.
So cute.
Yeah, that's the head of fun. That's the head of fun over here. Actually, we are actually going to add on his girlfriend, Mina. Actually,
Girlfriend. That's fabulous. That's fabulous.
yeah, that's awesome. I'm a huge dog lover. I'm a huge pet lover. I love animals.
What kind of dog is he, by the way?
He's a what is he? A French bulldog.
So cute. Okay, yeah. I saw that and I was like, so adorable. Okay. Well, head of fun. We love it. All right. And also, let's just back up for a second and also talk about why this is worth it. Also, to begin with, all of this understanding of how, what we do on social media and retargeting and all this comes around in favor of an entrepreneur or personal brander.
Yeah. So the reason I do it and the reason I tell everyone is like, honestly, look at your bank account right now. Do you want your bank account to stay where it's at, or do you want your bank account to 10x so that you can be able to provide for your family, so that you can pay for trips, so that you can basically hire other people on? Like, really look at your bank account, look at where you are right now, and do you want to stay right there? If you do not want to stay right there, then let's do something that's outside of the box to get you out there a little bit more, so that we can change your current situation, so that we can change your current circumstances. That's what I'm totally all about. No matter what stage in life you're at, look at your current circumstances and do you want to continue to stay there? Because we always inspire to be like someone else or to be at a different stage in life. And I speak to those people. Do you want to stay right there? Okay, this is what we need to do to get out of where we are.
Love it. Love it. Take it to the next level, change the game and get that dream life going, right? Love it.
Exactly, because it's all going to be a funded thing. Like, we can get in front of as many people, 100,000 people, 1,000,000 people, but we have to monetize that at some point. So I'm the big person on, okay, this is how we're going to basically monetize, because we can stay in front of people, doing song and dances, but we're not getting paid for any of that. I'm going to show you how you're basically going to monetize that and how you're not going to be a pushback and how you're not going to be a pushy person doing it.
Love it. Very good. All right. And so give us a quick framework of how to think about all of this, everything that you do to, when we think about using all these things together, how do you like to help newer people think about everything that you do?
Yeah, so for newer people that really are just getting started, I try to figure out where they are and I really try to get clarity inside of their product, because usually when we're new, we're trying to do this, we're trying to do that. So really when they're new, I try to help them gain clarity in what it is that they're actually trying to sell, because one of the biggest things that I did and the problem that I had when I was getting first started was I wanted to do social media, I wanted to build websites, I wanted to do Google Ads, I wanted to do everything, but none of that other thing was my specialty. I was a specialist when it came to Google Ads. So that's what I help people do when they first get started. I help them gain clarity in what it is that they need to do. And then I show them the different areas where they can go to basically sell their product.
All right. Awesome. All right. And then, finally to all the other good stuff. So you told us about definitely getting the Google My Business account.
Yeah.
So for sure do that, linking it to Google AdWords.
Yeah.
And then from there, what should people do?
I would definitely recommend people starting to YouTube, because we spend a lot of time on the videos that we put inside of our social media. You should definitely take a lot of that content. You should be putting it inside of a YouTube strategy. You should be putting inside of a YouTube strategy, because a lot of your content is actually, none of your content on Facebook or Instagram is searchable when people are on Google. So if you have a really cool topic that if you're teaching people how to get 1,000 reviews basically, and you're only doing that inside of your social media, guess what? No one's going to be able to find that video that's super popular inside of social media, because it's not searchable. You need to take that content and put it inside of something like YouTube, where people can actually search particular keywords and actually put up that particular video. That's going to get you out there a lot more, because I tell everyone, by you doing what you're doing inside of social media, if someone were to take what you're doing and do it inside of something like Google, where there's a lot more serious customers and where there's a lot more people, then they're actually going to capitalize on top of your business, because they're actually speaking to a broader audience than you, and they're speaking to a bigger audience than you as well. So I definitely recommend everyone taking what you do on social media and positioning that to do it on Google.
Awesome. I'm a fan of YouTube, as you may know. And
Yeah,
so I'm certainly a big fan of that. People, but I will say most people who are new to that world too, they just feel scared.
Yeah.
We don't like how we look. We don't like how we sound.
I honestly would say get over it. Like, I honestly would say get over it because, like, look at Grant Cardone. Look at the people that we view as, like, these really, really big people. Like, they may not like how they look. They may have had, insecurities. I'm pretty sure Gary Vee has said something about himself numerous times. So what are, like, you're going to have stuff about yourself that you do not like. And people are not going to like stuff about you, but people are not going to change the value that you actually give. So that's one thing that people cannot change about Grant Cardone. People cannot like how he looks, how he sounds, but you cannot change the value that they bring to the platform. So that's one thing that a lot of people should definitely look forward to. It's not how you look, it's the value that you bring to the platform.
Very good points. Yeah, absolutely. You were like, get over it.
Like, seriously, get over it, because it's gonna have to happen. Because if someone else does, like, I'm very, very big on, like, doing it before being the first person. If someone does what you want to do before you do, you're gonna be mad. You're gonna stay up all night, basically just wrapping your brain, figuring out why it is that you did not start before this person did. You should have gone on ahead and actually did it when you first had the idea. Usually our first idea is our best idea. So we should usually go ahead and do them when we first have that idea. So you should go ahead and get out there, get on video, put your content out there and let people know what you have to offer.
Good stuff. All right, let's demystify the whole budget thing with Google Ads. Okay, so, and I know you hear it all the time because
this is going to be good.
Yeah, you hear all kinds of stuff, like you got to have a minimum of $1,000 a month to do it. And and some people are like, no, you need far more than that, or don't even approach it if you don't have X amount. What would you say to all that?
I say this about ads in general. If you're not going to go all in, don't do it. So if you're looking at $100 right now and you're like, okay, how can I basically break this all over? Then you're probably going at it about the wrong way. You want to basically go all in when you go to any platform. So I would say look at it as what type of industry you're in and also what areas you're basically trying to target. You can't be a lawyer with a $5 a day budget. I'm going to be honest with you. If you have $5 a day, then you want to look forward to actually being very strategic on Google. Maybe start doing a remarketing campaign. Maybe start trying to do something like a display campaign. Look at what you have to spend and then be very, very strategic in what type of campaign you can actually run. Because if your clicks are $20 a day or your clicks are $20 per click and you have a budget of $30 per day, you're not going to be able to show very long. You're going to get one click and you're basically done for the entire day. So you want to look for different campaigns to make sure that you're spending that budget strategically and you're able to reach that same audience as well.
Awesome.
If you're like doing like a search campaign or something like that, your cost per click is around like $20. Look for like a display campaign, because you can use those same keywords and find different websites that would use those same keywords that you're trying to target, and you can target those specific same customers as well. As people are searching those keywords on Google, you can show up on different websites that they go to. It's just many different ways around the budget thing when it comes to Google. You just have to be very strategic and know how to use Google Ads to make sure that you're doing it the right way.
Awesome. And so before they even get started, you mentioned, like who we're targeting. How specific do you want people to come to you when they're thinking about who they want to buy from them? And I know you get all kinds of stuff around this.
I work with like more so established businesses. So like the businesses that I work with, they're more so we know who the customer is. We're trying to basically they come to me, they know who the customer is. We're trying to flesh out what is it about that customer that continues to basically buy from this business. Once we basically figure that out, then we figure out how can we create a persona for these type of people, and we just create different genres that speak to that specific persona. But if you're a company that's basically trying to get started, don't do it broadly. Be very, very specific in who it is that you're trying to target. I've even set up campaigns that literally had 2 keywords inside of the campaign, but it went to a landing page. But we were very, very specific in what we wanted those people to go there for. So be very specific with your Google Ads, because you're going to spend a lot of money, because you're dealing with the internet. It's not like social media. You're spending a lot of time dealing with people that are searching random things on the internet. So you have to be very strategic and also very, very on topic of what it is that you want people to come to you for. Got
it. Okay. Good stuff. All right. So let's pretend you're talking to Auntie now. You're talking to your auntie, not Auntie who's on Clubhouse, who you probably came across, but
okay.
But your auntie, let's just say I don't know how old you are, but we'll put Auntie in her 40s.
Okay.
You know, she's in her 40s. She's been in corporate, but she's not touched any of this before.
Okay.
Do we advise Auntie when she's going to DIY this herself? She's going to try to DIY it herself first.
Okay.
Should she go take herself through Google University? And if so, and I just say Google University in general, you know, like take herself through Google's programs to learn ads and retargeting and all this good stuff. Should she do that? And if she does, what should she be prepared for in terms of a time commitment of that education?
So for you to go, so I'm going to be honest with you guys. People that work for Google hate taking that test. Like we have to take that test at Google every year. And that test is a conundrum, man. Like everyone hates it. So basically what I would say is if you're going to go through the Google University, maybe start looking for different videos that are going to teach you about Google before you actually go to the Google University, because you're going to get very, very basic material when you go over to the Google University. It's going to tell you the ins and outs of the program, but it's not going to tell you the ins and out in marketing. So that's one thing that you basically need to learn before you start running your Google ads is really a few tactics in marketing, because that's what's going to help you answer those questions a lot easier and understand the platform a lot better.
Very interesting. So learn marketing a bit before you even go to Google University. Got it.
I would definitely recommend that. And one thing that I've noticed about the Google University, you are able to get the Google Partners badge if you're if you set yourself up that way. But it doesn't mean that you necessarily know Google Ads. Like, again, you need to know marketing and you also need to know the platform to make sure that you're able to get the best results out of it. So definitely learn marketing before you actually go and learn the platform.
Got it. So so that's going to teach you like, you know, all the different words and terminology and how to the technical functionality.
Yeah, like, you know, like where to put this, where this goes, where to go to do this, basically. But you still need to know how to use those tools strategically. So it's going to tell you what a call out is, but it's not going to tell you how to write a call to action, basically. So you need to know how to write one for you to know how to basically use it the right way.
All right. So random question, YouTube ads. I know you're a fan. I'm sure you are. And so, you know, YouTube ads versus Facebook, Instagram ads.
I would crush somebody on YouTube. I'm going to be honest. Like I would have a field if someone wants to someone wants to basically have a field day with me on Instagram ads or Facebook. I would probably crush you when it comes to YouTube, because I have more ways of targeting your people than you do. I can go to TVs, I can go to tablets, I can go pretty much anywhere that your customers go and get my video out in front of these people. You only have one specific place where you can basically get your people, and hopefully they're on the app.
Love it. Best ringing endorsement ever for YouTube ads I've ever heard. Very good. All right, cool. So let's just go through one of your favorite examples. I was checking out your YouTube. So I know you love the restaurant world.
Yeah.
And it did a little work in the restaurant world, I see. So, you know, in the
I was a chef before. I was a chef here in at the 24 Grill. I was a sous for a while, and my family owned a restaurant here as well in Detroit.
That's awesome. So you definitely know that space very well.
Yeah, I love food. Definitely.
Cool. All right. Well, let's just say we're a restaurant owner. Walk us through, you know, we're a newbie. Maybe we're like a food truck business.
Okay.
And we want to get people finding out about, you know, let's say we'll want to do an awareness campaign first.
Yeah.
You know, just to let people know like how to find us, who we are, and all this good stuff. What do you recommend for a food truck business getting started? How should they get going?
So if you're a food truck business, I will actually run two different campaigns. I will run a campaign that targets the businesses that are around me, and I will also run a campaign that targets the households that are around me as well. So I will look for the different businesses like hair salons. I will look for different barbers. I will look for places that are very, very high traffic, so that I can show people that, hey, I'm someone that's in the area, and I want to target those people while they're spending money, so they're not opposed to coming to spend money with me. I want to get them while their wallets are already open, so that I can be the next thing that they basically spend money on. And people that live inside of their households, I basically want to let those people know that I'm inside of the general area, because when they're driving inside of their cars, going to pick up their kids from school or whatever, I have a high chance of them actually seeing me and them knowing what I actually do now. So if I can target these people and get in front of these people while they're actually hungry, then that's definitely going to be a great thing for me. I also recommend people that are in restaurants to start a Waze account as well. Waze is going to be able to show up while people are, actually driving. So while people are actually driving inside of your area, you have the option to show up with your Waze ping and actually let people know what it is that you do there. So while people are already basically trafficking to get their hair done, while people are already trafficking to do whatever, you have an option to show to people while they're already inside of their car and inside of that area. So those are definitely the three things that I would do if you're a restaurant just trying to get your name out there.
I love that. Those are great, especially the Waze tip. That was cool. I mean, I personally don't use Waze, but I know a lot of people use Waze.
Yeah, a lot of people use Waze. When it comes to Waze, you're going to get a lot of millennials. That's one thing that I've basically found out from working on the Waze app is it's used by a lot of millennials because it lets you know where the police are. And that's one of the great things because I'm a person that speeds when I drive. So me knowing where speed traps are, yeah, definitely. So me knowing where speed traps are is definitely something that helps me out, and it saves me a lot of money. So definitely I'm with Waze and everyone that basically uses it.
Awesome. Okay, so all right. And random question, since we're both sipping here, is this tea or coffee? Which is your preference?
It's actually squeezed lemonade. So I actually have a juicer and I squeeze the lemonade out every morning.
Wow, nice. I got a, okay, so this is random aside, but I got a juicer probably like a quarter ago, but it's so like, it's kind of hard to get all the pieces out to clean it.
The pulp I've never cared about basically. Like I'm a country boy. I'm from the Caribbean. I don't care about it. Like it doesn't matter to me.
I hear you. I got you. Well, cool. So by the way, I want to let people know how to find you. I can find you anywhere, like on your YouTube channel and all that at Who Does Your Marketing. So if you search that on YouTube, you can find Vondre, and also on Instagram and on Clubhouse, you're Vondre Smith.
Yeah, definitely. Like literally you can go to Google and search Who Does Your Marketing and you're gonna find me there. Like I'm very, very I'm just out here, like, just like if you guys are basically trying to find me, just come and connect. Find me on Instagram at Vondre Smith. And yeah, we can talk.
Okay, and your last biggest tip you'll leave people with for today about Google Ads or anything in your world?
So the biggest tip that I'm going to leave people with is when it comes to you trying to build a monetized business, you have to know that customers are not going to buy the first time that they basically see you. So you need a way to consistently stay in front of your customers. And one way that I recommend people doing is never setting up a setting up a way for people to go to a LinkTree. Set up a way for people to actually go to a landing page. That way you're able to remarket to people specifically what they actually came to you for. And by you having that pixel, you're able to stay consistently in front of your customers. So if you want to run ads for videos, if you want to do images or whatever, you have a way to consistently stay in front of these people. So collect emails and make sure that you're dropping a pixel on people's webs on people's browsers.
Awesome. Vondre Smith with do you say Atmosfera?
Yeah, Atmosfera.
I love it. I know there's a story behind that name, but
yeah, I'm fluent in Italian, so it's an Italian.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's so fun. Very cool. Well, I hope to hear that Italian come out on Clubhouse sometime. Oh, yeah, and thank you so much, Vondre. We appreciate all these gems you dropped, and we look forward to seeing you around Clubhouse.
Oh, you as well. Thank you for having me. This was awesome.
And I hope you got so much out of that today. I certainly did. What questions do you have about Google Ads, YouTube ads, any of that? Leave them in the comments below. We'll love to hear your comments. I'm sure Vondre would be happy to come back and answer any questions you might have specific to his tips and questions. And again, thanks so much for being here. I'm Andrea with the ADS Agency, as always, here to bring you the very best in marketing and branding tips, as well as business tips for those of you who are entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, and personal branders. If you are listening to this on podcast, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, any of those places, please be sure to subscribe to the podcast. We'd love to have you back. And also leave us a review. Rate us, leave us a review. We read all the comments. Thank you so much for your comments. Thank you so much. Sincerely, can't say that enough. And for those of you watching this on YouTube, please be sure to subscribe to this channel. Hit the subscribe button below and then hit the little notifications bell so that you get notifications when these videos come up, because otherwise I promise you'll never see us again. Very important. Hit the notifications bell. All right, sweeties, see you next time. Have a good one and cheers.